welcome to my tube. My name's Marge. I'm a Aoka. I'm an empath. I just like to do these little talks on how I feel about things, and things are pretty interesting. Yeah. I went out. It's fiery. Feels hot. I just went out and drove a bit around a big block and pretty much came home. Even got Mom a milkshake. She don't feel good. She's already in bed. I turn the TV up and she just lays down. A little concerned about her, but it's just another example of how we're powerless, You just gotta let people be in them. A lot of people are in emotions right now. There's so many people walking down memory lane, and some of those streets are dark. Bad things happened on them. They're remembering them. They put a lot of effort into forgetting. A lot of the behavior that they remember, they mirror. They've mirrored, and now they're remembering why, and they can break the cycle, and they're breaking cycles. People are breaking cycles. It's just freaking painful, and some of it's really gross, And breaking cycles are freaking as simple as doing something just like, for me, not drinking. I can't. Hey, I wish I could, man. I thought I was good at it. I was a contender. As always, I'm a contender, But I don't know. I always just said what was on my mind, and oftentimes it hit a little too close to Holmes. I like Rupert Holmes. Let y'all look him up. It's kind of funny. I don't know. I think it's funny. I thought it was a clever endeavor, but I spend a lot of time by myself, Mom didn't want to go out. I went and got her, and when I went up to but see, you got to look for the silver linings in everything you do. This was a cool exchange I had today. I went up to AutoZone to get see about an oil filter and a jug of oil for the big red truck, and I freaking got the whole lot for freaking $21. I was like, score, man, and I can take my oil back there for disposal, which was my biggest concern. I'm like, man, because I told the guy, I was like, I'm looking for something comparable because it's an engine swap, and the guy, it was kind of under, I don't know, not a lot of people know the speak, I suppose, and I was like, yeah, I was the parts attendant TODO at Offutt Air Force Base, and he was like, I was a crew chief, blah blah blah, and I was like, we high-fived. He's a little round dude, weird, but it was freaking cool. It was pleasant, and camaraderie, People are going to heartstrings. They're remembering who their friends were, when they were little, and playing those fun games, all that grassroots stuff. People are yearning for that because they're like, where did we go wrong? Where did it go right? How did we get here? What happened? Well, for me, this is how I can just only speak for myself, really, is how did I get, I only looked for a way for a minute, and I even worked for the government, and I didn't know all this, I didn't know they were paying themselves as much as they were paying themselves. But anyway, I thought about a couple things before I started this that I wanted to talk about. I freaking dig it because Tuck's snoring over there. He's just happy as he could be. Got his ears, I cleaned out his ears. I think it's related to diet myself. That's my theory, but I don't know where freaking veterinarians hang out to have conversations with them about my theories on stuff like that. And I hate typing. So, all the grant stuff that people do, I could probably get a lot further in life if I'd if I just type and write letters, and I'm pretty good at writing. I just hate the grammar and the structure and all that. I hate it. So I do videos, and I hate text and instant messaging. I used to do it all the time, just burnt myself out on that. But what I was thinking about is, kids are such a trip because they're becoming so darn sensitive. They're so darn sensitive that and the people above us, they're becoming so darn sensitive because they're desensitizing, you know? I understand why people tune out. I understand why people check out, you know? But people are all those reasons as to why people check out and are too sensitive about stuff is really to everybody's advantage. It really is. Like kid sensitivity, it's going to open up a lot of I don't know, communication. Think about the broad spectrum. I think about the broad spectrum of of how, I don't know, some parents have a really hard time relating to their kids on the spectrum, and I know I can articulate a lot of their frustrations because I've spent so many years freaking articulating mine, and I feel their heart space. I feel people's heart space, so I know where they're coming from. And sometimes, kids, they're sensitive. Like I see something, but I see somebody do something that in my mind is below board. You know, to me, that's low vibey stuff, right? I literally physically don't like touching them, so I can understand the sensitive kids that are just like, no, don't, you know, because I'm like that. No, don't. I know what you are. You're really a creep, and you pretend not to be, and I don't like creeps touching me, and animals are just as receptive too. They're just the same thing, and that's why I don't trust people who don't like animals because I think they do bad. Anyway, that's my own theory, and I'll leave that one to myself. Um, but animals, they read energy, they read vibration. So if somebody is not above board, they that's react, you know, or that's why I have to keep like today, I have to keep myself so even keel. I was getting so just fired up for no reason. And I know it's the astrology because that's why I pay attention to the astrology. So I can do things to circumvent. And I know pay attention to mom's astrology too. So I can do things to circumvent. Like go get her, a vanilla milkshake. Because it's in the same parking lot as the parts store that I was at. So I told her, I'm like, if I'm by a place that has vanilla milkshakes, I'll get one. And I was, so I did. And I know she doesn't feel good. She's already in bed. I think it's because we just ate pizza. I think her tummy's a little sensitive. But anyway, I'm powerless. All I can do is hope that she'll feel better, But a lot of people are really feeling powerless. But these it's cool that kids are becoming more sensitive. Because it's teaching people how to go into their own emotions, and that's the thing is most of the time being around sensitive people, it's been my experience that they don't know how to deal with their emotions related to my sensitivity more than they don't know how to deal with me because I'm so sensitive. Yeah, there's a difference. Does that make sense? I think it makes sense. Anyway, so it's a good thing for one reason or another that people are becoming more sensitive. You know, it opens up a dialogue. You know, I always thought boys should be able to play with dolls and girls should be able to play with trucks. Heck, I was a total tomboy. I taught myself how to ride a bike when I was 4 years old. You know, still have the little pebbles in my knee. And God, scars. Oh, so many scars. I was an experimental kid, We're an experiment. I knew I was a spirit. F this human stuff. I don't know. I never knew what this human stuff was until they started making me go to school and then putting their definitions on humanity. And I was like horrified. Like, I just want to go play outside and under the stars and in the trees and hang out with the birds. Birds are also, by the way, another wonderful, wonderful judge of character. Yeah, birds. All animals are, man. All animals are. Think about it. Do animals go where they know there's a threat? They're gonna go into bad neighborhoods, where they know there's dangerous things that are gonna happen to them. Sometimes they find themselves there, but I don't know if really animals, plan on going I don't know if animals are suicidal. Anyway, I wonder. I don't get bored a lot. Things are always pretty interesting around here. But yeah, animals are always a good judge of character. Yeah, dogs, cats, you know. So when people don't like animals, I'm just always suspicious. What do you worry? What part of your character are they worried about judging? But um, this was kind of a cool thing. How am I doing? I don't want to yammer on too long. This was kind of a cool thing. I got a message from a pal, and I just like showing people what to look at, and then they get to decide which way they're going to go, if they're going to pick it up and or not. And he picked it up, and he watched the report, and he took what he heard in the report, and he applied that in his everyday life, and he was able to sit back as a spectator and just respond and just process, and instead of react. And that's the thing, is people are just freaking so reactionary. Everywhere you go, you're reacting. So if you are the one that's chill and in your right state of mind and even keel, that you're in, that always gives you the upper hand. That always gives you the upper hand. People don't know how to contain their emotions, and they really don't know what to do with somebody when they come across somebody that does. Oddly enough, that's another interesting other side of that flip-floppery. Hey, okay, hey, yeah, yeah. um oh, so yeah, that's, and that's, he got to apply the astrology in his own personal, and he can, to farther that. And see, and that's what I do, is I'm verified by, yeah, if it's right, it's gonna, I always have a Gantt chart. I always have all kinds of charts in my mind. It's just, I see it in pictures. I always have. A lot of people, I don't, do they? I don't know. We all have the same data. It's just people choose to pick it up in different kind of ways. People choose to, I think about all the people that just choose to pick up sports facts, and that's what they're drawn to. And it's just like they're a sports encyclopedia. And I ain't a fan of sports, but I got, I'm a master at none. But I know a little about so many things, and I've put a lot of things together from what I figured out. And that's what it's all about. Anyway, clouds are pretty rad today. It was just freaking, I think it was a little warmer than I thought it was going to be, but we took it into account. Everybody's chill. We got Luna in the background. Luna girl. She's so pretty. And we got Beanie, and Tuck back that's a Beanie. And then Tucker. Alright. That's about all. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna finish up on this. This magics. I'm seeing a lot of freaking magic stuff. Dark, and magic, dark witch, light witch, white witch, black witch, all that stuff. To me, it's where the heart space is coming from. But my only rule of thumb, really, pretty much in life as a whole, is you can't take somebody's will. You can't take something from somebody without their will. So, like, anything, I don't know what their people's own representations of themselves are, but like, people like to even do love spells and stuff like that. That ain't right. That's imposing against people's will. I don't even like telling my dogs what to do, but I have to, because I understand the importance of it. But I also, they're all rescue, and they're all freaking have their own horrific path, and it's I have to be responsive to their energetic field, so I can't get all. Tucker came from a puppy mill. He lived in a cage his first 6 months in his life. His tail is like a pigtail because the jerk face slammed it in the gate. A controller just thought it was. They think, oh, did I do that? Yeah, you know what you did, you pig. And he was so skittish and scared of everything. I couldn't reach out and pet him when I first got him. Now Yeah, so if he, lifts his leg on the way out the door, I ain't gonna get mad out about it and flip out about it. I just clean it up after him, and because I didn't have him from when they were a puppy, so I didn't get to train him. So I don't, that's people don't get to take their stuff out that bothers them today on anything that happened before. People, there's a lot of healing going on right now. Look at him, he's so cute, handsome man. Tut tut tut. Are you so pretty? Are you so pretty? He said, yes, I am. We meditate a lot around here, about an hour. We try to. Sometimes half hour, sometimes 46 minutes, plus or minus. But we shoot for about an hour, and we try to stay zen. Come on, tut tut. Tut. You a handsome boy. Minnie don't care. Oh my god, I'm yammering. But he's so cute. I have to keep showing. Alright, he's done anyway. So, hope y'all have a right evening. There he goes, Snorterton. Peace.